All right, let's dive in. Today, we're looking at a manifesto that wants to do more than just tweak the data economy. It wants to completely rewire it from the ground up. We're talking about a huge shift in who actually owns and profits from your digital life.
Yeah, the source material doesn't pull any punches. It kicks right off with this powerful line, basically saying that the entire system we use every single day is built on a promise that was broken from the start. It really sets the stage for a pretty radical new way of thinking.
And this is the question at the very heart of it all. I mean, just think about that for a second. Forget about your data being something you just give away for free. Imagine if every click, every post, every piece of information you create was a real asset, like a stock or a piece of property that you controlled and, that you could actually profit from. Keep that in your head as we go through this.
So our journey starts with something we all do, probably dozens of times a week without even thinking about it. It's that single click where the lie is told and where we all, just go along with it.
You know the one, that little checkbox. It's basically the key to the entire modern internet. But what this manifesto argues is that it represents a totally unfair trade. Sure, we get access to a free service, but in exchange, we're handing over this incredibly valuable thing, our data, with almost zero real say in what happens to it next.
Now, you might be thinking, hang on, I can manage my privacy settings. I'm in control. Well, this next part explains why, according to this argument, that feeling of control is really just an illusion. And it's not about some company's bad policy, it's a deep structural problem with the technology itself.
Okay, this is the crucial part. On one side, platforms promise you can manage permissions. But the technical reality is, once they make a copy of your data, say to feed an AI model or build a marketing profile, your settings become totally meaningless. You just can't control a copy that's already out there, living on their servers. It's like trying to unsend an email. Good luck.
And that's why the problem isn't about just asking companies to be nicer. It's baked right into the architecture, the very plumbing of how data works on the internet today. To fix it, you can't just slap a patch on the system. You've got to rebuild the whole foundation.
So how do you do that? How do you rebuild it? Well, the solution being proposed here isn't based on flimsy promises or new policies. It's based on something much, much more reliable: mathematics, specifically cryptography.
This is the core philosophy right here. Instead of having to trust a corporation's lengthy terms of service, this new model is built on a cryptography-first architecture. That means your ownership and your control are mathematically guaranteed. They're literally baked into the data itself.
So what does this new foundation actually look like? Well, it's built on 3 core pieces of technology, and they all have to work together to give you, the user, real, actual sovereignty over your data. First up is what's called a decentralized identifier, or DID. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a digital passport, but here's the key difference. You own it, not a government, not a company. It isn't an email address or a username that can just be deleted or taken away from you. It's your permanent, independent signature for the web, letting you prove you are who you say you are without asking anyone's permission. Next, we've got verifiable credentials, or VCs, and these are a total game changer. So instead of handing over all your info, like showing your entire driver's license just to prove you're over 21, you can just share a VC. It's basically a digital, tamper-proof stamp that proves just one specific thing is true, without revealing anything else. It makes your contributions credible, but it also keeps them private. And finally, this is the real technical breakthrough that ties it all together: proxy re-encryption, or PRE. Okay, imagine you give someone a locked box with your data inside. With PRE, you can give them a special magical key that lets them use what's in the box for a specific purpose, like training an AI model. But here's the thing. They can never actually open the box and see the raw data. And the best part? You can take that key back, poof, and revoke their access instantly, anytime you want. So here's how it all flows together. A simple 1, 2, 3. First, you use your permanent digital passport, your DID, to sign whatever you contribute. Second, you stamp those contributions with a verifiable credential to prove they're authentic. And third, you share them using proxy re-encryption, which guarantees that you and only you always stay in control. Okay, so we've got the tech in place. It's cool, it's powerful, but why does it matter so much right now? Well, the answer has to do with one of the biggest economic explosions happening in the world today, the artificial intelligence industry.
Look, AI models are incredibly powerful, but they're completely useless without massive, and I mean massive amounts of high-quality data to learn from. And where does the best data come from? It comes from us, real people. This creates this enormous, ravenous demand for exactly the kind of verifiable, user-controlled data we've just been talking about.
And just look at the difference this makes. In the old model, the one we live in now, platforms grab your data, sell it off to AI companies, and they keep 100% of the profits. In this new cryptography-first model, the value actually flows back to the source. You become the main beneficiary of the data you create.
When you have this kind of control, your data completely transforms. It's no longer just some random information that gets scraped up. It becomes a true financial asset. It has a verifiable history, a clear line of ownership that's yours to keep, and a reputation that can actually grow and increase its value over time.
So if we zoom out for the big picture here, this isn't just about getting a few extra dollars for your data. It's about fundamentally changing who holds the power in our digital world.
We're moving way beyond just asking for better privacy policies. According to this manifesto, this is nothing less than a complete structural reset. It's about building a whole new set of rails for the internet, where ownership by the user isn't the exception, it's the default.
And really, this is the ultimate vision. By replacing our trust in big platforms with trust in cold, hard math, the system can finally create an economy where the creators, the contributors, the users, the people actually generating all the value, are the ones who get rewarded for it directly.
Which brings us to the final, powerful question posed by the manifesto. As AI and all these data-hungry technologies keep shaping our world, the value of that data, that fuel, is just going to keep skyrocketing. So the crucial question for all of us is this: who gets to own the pump? Thanks for tuning in.